Hello and welcome to my channel, Making Crafts. Today I am going to be making some journaling cards and tags using this collage. And I got this idea from this week's Roxy's Weekly Challenge. And so this will kind of be my Roxy's Weekly Challenge for this week. She used doilies and decorated hers up with different papers and made cards and things, journaling cards and tags. But I am working on my ocean journal, and so I wanted to use these for my ocean journal. And so I've already gotten started and made a few off of camera, and so I just wanted to show you that they really turned out neat, and so I really liked every one of them. So I thought I would go ahead and try this on camera. So this is what was left of the sheet. I had a long sheet, and this is what was left of that. So I thought we would try to just turn these into journaling cards and tags as well. And so instead of using the doilies like Roxy's Weekly Challenge, I'm just going to be using leftover strips from the kit that I'm working on. And then I'm also going to be using some of the embellishments that's in the kit just to decorate up the page. So I'm just going to, first off, add some of the leftover strips where I cut the pages down. So I'm just going to take these strips and some of the embellishments and see what I can come up with. And that's what I did with the last one. It was just really random, and I just randomly placed different strips and different pieces onto the paper, and that's how I made the journaling cards. All of these was just doing the same thing. So I'm going to see how it turns out. You don't know. I have no idea how it's going to turn out each time. I just sort of go with the flow with it and just see what's going to happen. I'm just going to see here. So I'm just going to place these randomly around through here, and I'm just kind of doing what I think looks good. And I do need to make up some journaling cards to fit in some pockets, so I do need a specific size as well for these. So let's see here. And these are all just strips left over because I did cut my pages down a bit. Let's see here. I'm going to lay it all out before I glue it down, since I want to see what it's going to look like first and make sure everything is where I want it. So let's see here. Where should I put this one? Maybe right here with a little one there. And I've gone ahead and laid out some of the strips that I wanted to use. I'm just having to figure out where I want to put them. Kind of, and I'll just cut that off there. Let's see here, maybe like this. And then I've got some of the embellishment cards from the kit. I'm going to use those. And so when we cut these up, some of these are going to be cut down. And so they are not going to be exactly the same once you cut this up. And I kind of like this randomness just to kind of see what I can get, and then I can decorate it some more once I cut them up. So I kind of like how that looks. So let's just glue this down, and then if I want to add more, I can. And I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac because I think it holds it really well. I want to find another piece of scrap to go right there. Let me see what I got here. Here's a piece. I'm not going to set a timer, I don't think, while I'm doing this either, even though it is my Roxy's Weekly Challenge. It's just really inspired by her challenge this week, and so I thought I would try it with these. And I've got several stamp sets that are ocean themed, so I'm going to use those as well. I used those on the tags and cards that I created with the rest of this collage sheet. So I thought I would just do that again, is do some stamping on it and just decorate it up that way. I love collaging anyway. And so just even collaging with the neutral papers was a lot of fun. So, and those I just used, I torn the edges with my tearing ruler. So there that way, but then these I didn't worry about tearing since I just cut these little strips off with, you know, when I was cutting the pages down. So I'm not going to worry about them being torn. I am just going to put them on there with straight edges. I think the two together kind of looks good, or at least it did on the other journaling cards. We'll see how it turns out on these. Hopefully these will turn out as well. And if you decide to make a neutral background, you could just dig through your books that you have. That's what I did. Found different sheets, and I tried to get some with light pages, some with dark pages, and like this page was really brittle, so I really couldn't use it for anything else other than in a collage where I was going to glue it down. So I thought that one was a good dark color. I loved how it had aged, and it was an older book. And several of these were from older books. And it's a great way to use up some of those pages as well. And there's so many little embellishments in this kit that I'm using, so I thought I would try to use some of them in different ways. And I'm really loving how my ocean journal is coming right along. I think that it's going to be cute. I've never made a ocean theme journal, so this is interesting, and it's my first cinch journal, so the way I'm binding it. So you can see those videos. I have a playlist for my ocean journal, Ocean Adventure journal, and so you can see that playlist as well. I don't know how many videos I will have up when this one comes out, but we will see. And if I don't have them all up yet, you can just come back and be sure to subscribe so you can be notified each time I upload a new one. I'm going to try to make it a whole week series, or part of a week. I don't know if it'll take me the whole week to make the journal or not. This project, I didn't set the timer, but this project, it probably won't take me 30 minutes or so to do. It's not going to be more than 45 minutes, like the challenges normally are. Oops, you know what? I added glue all the way on the edge of that, so it's going to get on my mat. Oh me, I'm always making a mess. I'm trying to keep this mat looking fairly new. It's a newer mat, and I'm trying to keep it nice. So far it's cleaned off good though, each time I tried to clean it up. It's just that this glue can really stick to these mats. Okay, so I'm going to put this one here. Trying to put a lot of glue. Since I am going to cut this up, then I'm going to need quite a bit of glue on it, so that when you cut into it, it doesn't come loose anywhere. So I may try the doily one like Rachel did in Roxy's Weekly Challenge. I may try that one later on. I didn't have any printouts of doilies, any digital files, so I will have to download some. And so I didn't want to get sidetracked off of this ocean journal this week and this ocean project. I didn't want to start something totally different, so that's why there's a little ink on this where I've had glue. I think it's glue. But I didn't want to get sidetracked off the ocean one. I want to continue working on it for the week in the ocean theme, and then maybe try something different later. I'm trying to stay a little focused this week and get this one done, because I wanted to have this one done before the end of the month, and so if I don't get to going on it, it's not going to be completed. And I needed journaling cards for it. So I thought this was a good way to get those. Okay. Then let's add this one. I've got a little drop of glue on it as well. This is just another little card from the kit. There's a bunch of little cards like this in the kit. And then I also brought in some pages. Right there is from a, let's see, where did I have that? It's an ocean field guide, I think, to ocean animals and things. And so that's what that page is from, and this page. So I decided to add that into my collage as well. And I did fussy cut some of the little shells out and sea urchins out, so I may add those to some of the journaling cards as well. Let's see here. That may not be exactly where I had it, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be exact. This isn't anything that has to be exact. What? Oh, this one is gluing down. Let's see. And I've got a bunch of the embellishments laid out right here on my table so that I can use those to embellish these once I cut them apart. But before I cut them apart, I want to dig over here in my box where I have all my things that I'm using to work on my journal. There's a certain size that I need, and so I need to find that piece so I can measure it and see exactly how big I need it to be. It's going to be one of these pieces. It's going to go on the edge of a journaling card. So let's just see how big this piece is. I could always cut it down, but I just want to see. It's about 6 inches. Let's see if that's going to be correct. Okay, so let me get my paper trimmer out and let's just see. I think 6 inches is going to be too big for these. I may have to make another setup for that, but these can work for other spots in the journal. And then I'm going to back them. Right now it's just paper on the back, and I'm just going to back them with cardstock or tea stain paper. We'll see once I figure out what they're going to be. So if I did it 6 inches, how big would that be here? Did I get that glued down? Yeah, that's glued down. Be about right here. That's going to be an awful big journaling card, but I want to try it. So I'm going to do that, I think. So first I'm going to try to straighten up the edge here just a bit. Okay. And then let's see, 6 inches. About 6 inches. That'd be about right here. Do I want to do this side? I'm going to have to trim that down too to get it straightened up, I think. Let me take my scissors and trim that one off because that is in the way. I had to take my son to the dentist today, and so I had to get my scissors out of my bag. I took a bag with me of some things to fussy cut for this kit, so I wouldn't be wasting my time just sitting and waiting on him, because he's old enough that he doesn't need me to go in with him at the dentist. I just had to drive him. He doesn't have a driver's license yet. So let's see here. That's just too big for these. I think I may use something else for journaling cards for that pocket because these are going to be so big. Okay, let's just cut this. Let's just do it on this side. There we go. And then let's see, we might do maybe 2. And then let's see. If I did turn around this way. I have to decide here. It's not going to make as many since I am going to be making them so large. Don't really want to cut into that. We'll do it this way. So then we'll have a strip here to make tags as well, and I think I'm just going to cut it right about there. And then this one I'm going to trim. How big is that? That's about 9.5. So if we go 4, I need to know what size pages I have. Let me pull out one of my pages from the kit because it has to go back in there. So it's going to slide in the pocket like this. So I'm going to want it about 4, about 4.5. So let's do that. Let's see, how wide is the page first? Let's just look at that too. So the page 4.5 would be about right here. That's going to be about right. So 4.5. Let's cut them down to 4.5. Just about under. So that's going to be big journaling cards. So let's see, 4.5 there, and then 4.5 here. And I'm just going to lose a little strip here, but maybe I could use that in something else. And then this is going to be a large one as well at 4.5. I'm going to have about 4 of these pockets, I do believe. So 4.5 there, and I'm going to straighten this edge up. Because when you make collage, your book pages aren't always straight. And so then also, sometimes I just let pieces hang over, so I have to straighten it up. There we go. And then this one is going to be the scraps up here. That one could actually go that direction and be 4.5. Oh, we needed 6 though. Right, 6, yes, about 6 this way, so they can slide in, and then 4.5 this way. I want to keep that book page on there, so I am going to trim it down right here. We'll see. I may have trimmed that one down too small. That's okay. We'll still use it. Sometimes I lose what I'm doing. All right, so let's just see what we have here so we can start decorating them. Clean that off just a little bit. So let's see, we have, this is where I just have to play around and see what I want to add to each one. Kind of like that. And we got I've got different bits. Oops, this is loose. So let's just add a little glue there. When you cut down your collage sheet, you do have this. And I think some people call this your Masterboard, but I just call it my collage sheet. But once you cut it down, sometimes you'll have some loose ones like that. You can just glue them back down. And then I've got some stamps here that I have stamped out using just a stamp set that I have. And then I've just cut them out with some scissors, these little scissors right here that gives it like the stamped edge. And let me see if I can find the stamp sets. Here, I had them close by, but now I've got to look and see where I've laid them. I know they're right in front of my face. Okay, here they are. So I ordered this off of Amazon. Actually, I put it in my wish list on Amazon, and my husband ordered it for me. And so this one is too cutesy for this set, for this kit that I'm working on. So I'm gonna lay that one aside. But then there's a lot in this set. That one's too cutesy too. But there's a lot in this set that can be used in this journal. So now I've just got to decide which ones I am going to use. And here's the one that had the stamps. I don't know if you can see it. It's just got all these little stamps up here, and so I just stamped those and cut them out. So let's see if I put that there. And it's just decorating now, and that's what I love. My favorite part is decorating. I'm just going to randomly place some things, and then I'll see if I like it and what I want to do with it. Since these are so big, they're needing quite a bit of decoration on them, I think. I don't know if I want another circle anywhere on it. No. Oh, we do have these. What if I put that there? And then I have these little fussy cuts from the kit. They're just seashells, and they're just little fussy cuts. Kind of like that. Or let's see, how about this one? I'm trying to figure out how it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to go. I guess it can go either way. And then kind of like that, just like it is. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I want to add. like that. And I have these little strips. I don't think I want to, kind of want to add maybe right there some little something. And then you have your stamp right here. Yeah, I'm going to add this. This song really doesn't go with what's this journal, so I'm just going to take and I'm just going to add glue on top. So I'm just going to add glue and add this little strip here and pull that little piece off. Then I'll just trim it in a few minutes once I get everything glued down. Then I'm just going to add the little stamp. And that way you can still see the music notes, but you don't actually see the song, since I don't think it goes with the mermaid journal too good. So that's the only reason I covered it up, is sometimes things like it don't go in. So I can just add that and it'll look like a little more of the collaging. It's no big deal. Okay, so I'm just going to add this right in here. And then this can go right in there. That'll be good. And then I think I'm going to round the corners on these. Kind of like how that looks with them rounded. And I could ink the corners as well. There we go. So this is a pretty quick one to put together. I wonder if I should do any stamping on this one. I could add, I'm not sure, I could add a little stamp up in here. That might would look good. And I'm thinking I want to add the, right here, this little, it's a, let me see if you can see it. What am I trying to say? Captain's wheel. I'm just going to use some chocolate chip from Stampin' Up. And let me put something, just get a piece of scrap paper here and put underneath it, so because I'm going to stamp off the edge there and I don't want to stamp onto my mat. So I'm just going to add it to the corner there. Should get it inked good. There we go. So like that. That adds a little something to it. And let's see, does it need anything else? Do I want to add anything else to it? Go ahead and chomp the corners while I think about it. I think the rounded corners makes it look better. And that may be all that it needs. It's just a simple little journaling card. And then I'll back this with some either tea stained or some ivory cardstock, or even some cardstock that I print out from the kit. We'll see. So I'm just going to lay that aside for now. And then here's another one. Let's see what I want it to do with it. And so this one's going, the boat's going that direction. So I think, because I was going to turn it like this, but since I see the direction of the boat, I'm thinking it should go this way. And for this one, what do I want to put on it? Let me close my ink up. I mean my ink. Oh my goodness, my glue. I'm not even thinking clearly. I kind of like the mermaid. I cut that out from a tag here the other night. I just cut it across and then I just rounded the corners. Kind of like her right there. And there's another one of the stamps. Let's see. Like that. Or should it go up here? Maybe her there. And then we have different decorations. No, it's too much for that. Let's see what's in this. Got some more that I cut out today while I was at the dentist office with him. Let me get those out. Here's a few of them. There's quite a few down in the bag. Let's see here. That might be cute on there. Okay, so let's see. Trying to decide here. I'm going to put this one, I want her there, and I think I'm going to put the words Sea Life on, stamp it on here. And I think I'll do that in, what color do I want to do that in? Let me see what I have here. Maybe in navy. Let's just use this navy here. Or the brown. I think I'm going to stick with the brown. Actually, I'm going to stick with it. And just put the word Sea Life. There we go. I like that. And then, is there anything else I want to stamp on it or add? I've got all these stamps here. Kind of plain down in here, isn't it? Maybe kind of like that. And then move that one over. I think I like that. So I'm just going to glue that down. That's the hardest part, is decorating these things, deciding where you're going to put everything. And when it's so many choices, it's hard to decide. I like how that one is. So let me go ahead. Oh, I got this little stamp I'm going to add as well. Wonder if I already got her glued down. I was going to move her, but I'll leave her there. Just going to ink this stamp. And then I'm just going to use my little chomper here and round the corners. And I like how that turned out. That's cute. It's kind of crooked. I think I need to go in and trim right there. Somehow it is crooked. Maybe I didn't straighten up that side. Use the other side to help me. Then I'll have to re-chomp that corner real quick. And I'll just ink those in a few minutes. I think I'm going to ink them with some brown around the edge. So that one is done for now anyways. And then, let's see. This one has that guy on it already. Maybe adding a ship in the corner here. Let's see what yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do is add a ship there. Or I could have it hanging off and just cut it some. Just looking to see what I have. Maybe add the fish. Might want the fish up there. And then this could be down in here. I kind of like that already. So, is there anything else I want to add? I could add I love these little stamps. I keep adding them to everything, but I do love them. But I don't think that one needs a stamp. Okay, so I had to step away for a minute. It's a good thing I was not timing this because I had to pause the camera and step away for a few minutes. So I really don't even know what I was talking about or anything. So it was kind of sudden. And so now I am back and I am ready to work on these, the rest of them. And so when I sat back down to look at this, I saw that I had this laid out, but I'd already used it on this one, so I don't want to keep using the same thing. So I'm going to look. I fussy cut a bunch of these out this morning when I was waiting on my son at the dentist, so I'm just going to look and see if there's any other ones that I would like to use. That one has a little octopus in it, and then this is another boat one, kind of like a sailboat. That might be cool. And we do have the little mermaid sitting there. Or I have this mermaid. Let's see, which one do I want to do? Thinking, and then there's these. I'm really thinking this one, the sailboat. I think I'll put that there. And then, I don't know that it needs much of anything else. I'm just looking to see if I need to stamp see if I can find a piece of scrap paper, and I'm just going to make myself a little stamp here. See what color paper do I want to use. I had some tea stain paper laying here. Let me see if I can find it. Here's a piece. So I'm thinking I'll use this and stamp one of the stamps on it and cut it out. And I'm thinking let's use, what about the lighthouse? What if I use that one? I'm going to do it in navy. Let's see what it looks like in navy on this tea stain paper. I like that. So let me make just a couple of those. There we go. And then I'll cut those out. Where's my little scissors? Right here they are. I've got everything spread out here, but I like it like this because I can see what I have to use on this and I don't miss anything. And I love these scissors for cutting out stamps. I've had these for years and years for other things. I didn't use them for stamps in the past, but once I started junk journaling, I thought this is awesome for cutting out the stamps. Okay, so then I think I'll take my brown ink and just ink the edges, kind of make it older looking. And then where do I want to put this stamp? Maybe here, or let's see. Just kind of move it around and see where I want it. I'm thinking down in here like this, or maybe even there. Kind of like everything being layered up. I think that'll be cute. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm just going to cut part of this off. That's why I'm having it hanging off, and then I'm just going to trim it. Okay, so let me just get my glue. And when I stepped away, I didn't know that I was going to be so long, so I did not put the needle in my glue. I forgot about it, and so when I come back, it was dried up. I love this glue, but that's the only issue with this. If you don't put the needle in it, it does dry up. I think I'm going to ink around this too. And I'm just inking with what's left on this little sponge of chocolate chip that I've been using. Okay, so we'll just add this here. We're going to add our little chip here, our little sailboat. I think I'll do it like this. Then press it down. I'm just going to trim a little bit of it off. Just along the edge there. There we go, I like that. I like how this one turned out, and now I need to chomp the edges here. I need to clean this chomper out. It is full of little bits and pieces that I have chomped. And I see right here's a little loose bit where I cut into it, so just glue that down. There we go. That is another one. So we have 3. Oops, I did use that sailboat again. That's okay though. This is a ocean one, and you're going to see those on the ocean, so that'll be okay. I just need to remember not to keep using the same one. And then here's the other card, and I think I'm going to turn it like this. And let's see, what do I want to add to it? This might look good. Or even maybe this. Putting that there. And let's see here. Let's stamp some more on this tea stain paper. I'm going to stamp another stamp, and this time I'm going to use, I don't know what this is. It's like a little plant, a little ocean plant, but I can't think of the name of what it would be. And I'm going to use, for this one, I've got to look for my inks. Here they are. I am going to use this, I think it's Pool Party. I'm going to try Pool Party. If that's not dark enough, then I'm going to use the Island Indigo. Let's see here. That may work. Let me try the Island Indigo as well. That way I can see which one I like best. I can cut them both out and I can use them somewhere in the journal anyway, because both of these colors will go with this journal. That's cool. I'll cut them both out and see which one looks best. And let's see here. I do like that one because it matches the colors in this. And maybe just, I don't know where I'm going to set it yet, but I do like it. Just going to randomly put some things on here and see what I can come up with. And maybe this wheel would look good. Maybe stamp somewhere in here. Kind of lay the stamps out like that. That way I can get an idea before I stamp them how it's going to kind of look. And then I also have some of these, and they're plants from the ocean, and it might be neat to have one coming up from the bottom here. Let's see, what about this one? This one may be too large. Let's just see what it's like. If I laid it right here, I think that'd be neat. Just gotta think about what color I'm gonna do it in. Maybe the lighter. I do have green. I don't know what color these plants are in the ocean, so I'm gonna go ahead and stamp it. Worst comes to worst, I'll just have to cover it up. I'm gonna stamp it with this lighter. What is that? Pool Party. And this is probably not, I'm pretty definite this is not the color they are in the ocean, but I think that would be neat to, I don't want it to be standing out too much, so if I do it like this, it'll be a light in the background. Okay. Oh yes, I like that. You can see it, but then you can't. At the same time, it's not just glaring at you. That is neat. Okay, I like it. And we got that there. And then we're going to have the stamp maybe in here, or maybe still back down here with the, I might lay it right there. and then this here, and then let's stamp the captain's wheel. I'm going to still keep it brown if I can find my brown. Here it is. Go ahead and stamp it, and I need something underneath it, so when I stamp off, here's a piece of scrap paper. There we go. Just in case I go over the edge. I might go a little bit over the edge. I don't want the whole thing on there. I think I'll go over the edge just a little. There we go. So that's nice. I like that. Now I just feel like we need something up in here. Put that there. Let's see what we have. We already have a circle there, part of a circle already there, so I don't think that would look as good. We have the map here. If we put this up here, and then what if we put this? No, I don't like that there, so let's see. Put that back. Nope. This one's going to be a tough one. I'm going to have a hard time deciding, aren't I? Don't know that I want two squares together like that. It would be okay. It's not my favorite. Let's see what's on these. Do have the fish. What about this fish? How would he look right here? Let's see there. I kind of like that, and then I'll just chop off the top there. I think they'll look good. Let's try it and see. I'll put him down first. That way, if I don't like it, I can figure out how I'm going to cover it up. That's all I know. It's just trial and error with these things. And I did add too much glue, so I'm just going to have to put this back here. I put glue too high up. I want to make sure that my shell gets where I want it, and then I don't cover the little fish face up though. I don't want to cover him up and just have the back side of him showing. I want his head showing at least. Let's see how this looks. Okay, I like that. And then we'll just put this one like this, and then our stamp will go down here. Maybe like this. I didn't want to cover that up since it was from the Ocean book as well. The stamp could go, that's too much now on that side. I like it right here. Okay, so I'm just going to add all that, and then this will be our last journaling card that I'm going to put in those pockets decorated. And I have no idea, since I did pause the time and start back, I have no idea how long this video is. I like to keep, my Roxy Weekly Challenges, you know, the challenge is for 45 minutes, but then my time where I'm just working on my journals, I try to keep to about 30 minutes. So this one, I was going to do it as my Roxy's Weekly Challenge, so 45 minutes will be about right for it. So hopefully I haven't went too far over. But I wanted to get these completed. I would get all 4, and then I have 2 tags to complete, and I'm going to work on those real quick as well. I want to complete the whole set. I'm just going to slide all this out of the way. And I have my stamps everywhere. Okay, so this one I'm going to chomp the corners as well. It didn't want to chomp too good. It's the thin paper on the edge there. I'll re-chomp it when I add the back paper too. But that looks good. I like that. So now we have those 4 journaling cards, and I'll just have to back those. And then let me get this cleaned up. Put this stamp over here. Let's work on the 2 little tags real quick. So we'll have all of these done. Okay, so is this right side up? Or I think like that. I don't like he got cut off, so we'll have to cover that up somewhat because I don't know that I want to have a little fish cut off on my tag. This is going to be a small tag, so I don't want to add too much to it either. What if I put that there? And then I found, let's see, where is the little circles? Here they are. Maybe adding, we've got to remember where I'm going to cut that tag to. Why don't I just go ahead and cut it so we know. So I know where it's all going. Okay. So then we'll take and put, and I might just chop part of him off as well when I glue him on there, and then, well, not chop him off, but chop the corner of the card itself off. And then I might add this here, or we could put this down here. Yeah, that might be better, and then add the little fish there. So I think I'm going to add the word sea life down here. So let me find that stamp. Where did I lay it when I got done with it? So the way I'm going to do it though is I'm going to try to stack the word sea and life so it's not all in one line. So let's see if I can do that. Let me see here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this. I'm just going to get ink on. Actually, I'm going to test it here. So I'm just going to need to put right here. Let's get some ink on the C. And I'm just using that paper to, so that when I stamp the word C, I don't get the L from life on there, because I want to put life underneath it. So now I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I'm going to have to put the paper on this side so that I can stamp life without getting the word C. Hopefully all that got on there. There we go. I like that. So now I'm just going to put this here, and then my stamp and my fish are going to go right there. And I think that'll be cute. That'll be a cute little tag. So let me just add some glue, and I want to ink this too before I add it. Lightly, so there's a lot left on the sponge, so I'm just using the light little bit that was left on it to just kind of fill in the white where I cut it. And I just saw something laying here. Instead of this, let me see here, I'm going to put this here. I don't want to cover my words. And then instead of that stamp, what if I put the little, kind of like that. Let's see. I think I like that better. It's just a tag. It's not that big a deal, is it? I'm going to stick it right here. And then I'm going to add this one to the edge there. And then I have one more tag to finish. Okay. So I think I'm going to hold off on doing this one since I have taken a lot of time to do these. So I want to show you all of the tags. I'm going to find them that I have created, because I want to show you the ones that I created when I wasn't on camera as well. So let's see here. So more tags and journaling cards that I created. We'll look at the ones we created together and then the ones that I created without you, so we can see what they all look like. Let me dig them all out here. Okay, so here we go. So this is, I'm going to have to punch a hole here and add some string or some jute or something. I'm going to add something there. And so this is one we created together, and then we've created this one together. And I'm going to go back and ink them, and I'll probably sew around them as well. That's another one we created together. So all of these we created together, and I still need to ink them and sew around them. And then these I'm going to ink and sew around as well, but here's a tag that I created before on my own without filming it, but that is one. And so I just used some stamps and did the same thing, the whole collage sheet. And there's another one, journaling card. And I really love how all these journaling cards turned out. Now this one, I did not use the collage sheet. What I did was I took an index card and the leftover strips from where I cut the edges in the paper, and I just collaged on an index card, and then I've added some decoration. And I kind of like that effect as well. And so here's another one. And that's another one I created. And so now I probably have all the journaling cards that I'm going to need. And I may use some like this one. I may use as a pocket. I'm not sure, but I think I have plenty now for this journal. So I'm glad to get those done. And I love the challenge that Roxy had this week because it really inspired me to make these for this journal. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.